Jesus increased in wisdom, stature. The activities in this verse. Number 1 is wisdom. Please listen. Number 2 is stature. Number 3 is favor. Among these 3 things, the easiest of all is stature. It's normal for you to grow in stature. I mean, there's none of us that were like this when we were born. You see this other two, wisdom and favor. You can grow in stature and not grow in them. You can grow in height and not grow in wisdom. You can grow in age and not grow in favor. Are you here now? The Bible said that for Jesus, this triangle was complete. There was stature, there was wisdom, there was favor. I want to pray for you that as you will add 1 more year this year, you will grow in wisdom and favor. Let me hear your amen to that. All right. My focus tonight is not on the wisdom or the stature. My focus tonight is on the favor. And the reason is because this year has been declared, reduce this fan for me. This year has been declared our year of overflowing favor. So I want to give you wisdom tips that will help you to be able to enjoy favor. But I'd like to begin by correcting a misconception that a lot of spiritual people have. The only favor I need in this life is the favor of God. Jesus said, shut up. He said, shut up there. Even me, Jesus, I needed the favor with God and talk to me. God and who? He said I should tell you to shut up. That you don't need only the favor of God. You also need the favor of man. That's your Jesus we're talking about. Now, if you are to choose between the favor of God and the favor of man, you should go for the favor of God. But you must not stop with the favor of God. You have to have a balanced favor equation. The favor with God and with man. I hope you know that every time we are talking about the story from zero to hero, prison to palace, we talk about Joseph. But I hope you know that Pharaoh did not know Joseph. It was a man that mentioned the name of Joseph in the presence of Pharaoh and said, I know of one young man. Your name will be mentioned in places that matter this year. Hey, don't be too spiritual not to receive this prayer I'm praying for you. He said, hold on, excuse me, sir. I know of one young man somewhere who has the favor of God. But what is remaining now is the favor of man. You see this man, Pharaoh, anything God will not tell anybody, he will tell him. Come on, that's the favor of God. He has access to secret. But he's in the prison. This is the problem with a lot of believers today. They despise the balance equation of favor. I want to say something very deep. There is no heart of any man that God cannot touch. But sometimes it takes God time to be able to soften some people's hearts. And so when you find someone that God has softened his heart, don't abuse it. Because you say God can replace him. Yes, but it may take time. It may take 2 years for you to get somebody exactly like that one. That God has so much softened his heart. Do you know that it's possible for God to say to me, say, prophet, give this phone to Minister Ebenezer, and I can struggle for 6 months. While he is waiting for the phone and fasting and praying for it. I'm trying to let you know that there's a possibility that there are some things that should be in your hand already. But the person that God's supposed to pass it through is holding it. They will release it today. I told us for the past 2 days, and I was teaching us some things. I think yesterday I said it. I said, you see, when you come, I even said it on Sunday. I said, when you see people pray, say, Lord, give me money, give me money, give me. You see, many times I said I'm going to teach you the strategic prayer, and this is one of them I'm teaching you tonight. Praying to God for men whose heart he has touched to enter your life. It's more than asking God to give you 50,000, because they don't print money in heaven. That is everything that you need from God is already on the earth. Okay. Let me break any religious barrier so that you can receive the prayer I want to pray for you tonight. I want to break religious barrier. He said the child Jesus grew in wisdom and favor with God and with man. And in case you want to say, sir, can you prove to me that the favor that Jesus enjoyed with men had something to do with material things? I'll show you. I don't even need to go very far. On the very day that Jesus was born, some men left their house going to do business. Let me give them nicknames. Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D, Mr. E, Mr. F. So while they were going, Mr. A said, have you carried what we are going to need for the business? Mr. A said, yes, I carried money. I also carried gold in case we need to sell it. What of you say, I carried money. I also carried frankincense in case we need to sell it to get more money. What about you? I carried money. I also carried some perfume. Mine is the perfume. They carried it and went out for business. But along the way, while they were carrying out their merchandise, they saw a star. And the only reason why this star was shining was because there was a baby that God wanted them to favor. The visit of the wise men to Jesus was not because they went to bless him. He was the one to bless them. As a matter of fact, there was nothing spiritual, as it were. It was simply an act of provision for Joseph and Mary to be able to take care of the child. The heavenly father of the baby looked down from heaven and saw him in a manger. And sent help to him. It is a possibility of God to bring into your life men that he has touched their heart. And I'm praying for somebody tonight. God will bring them. So I'm trying to certify the God that man, there are some things that you have to understand. Are you there? Are you there? There are some things that you have to understand. The first thing you have to understand is, if you are going to continually enjoy the favor of God and man, is you have to see God, know God, and accept God as your source of supply. See God, know God. Even in my journey in the work of God, I can count how many people have left my life. Only God did not leave. He's the only one that didn't leave. This is why you will never hear me open my mouth and say, you know, this one is a pillar in this ministry. No, sir. Because if this is a pillar of this auditorium, these are the pillars. If these pillars leave, you know what will happen to this auditorium? It will what? So if a man is the pillar of your life and he leave, you will say, oh, you become pillarless and you collapse. See God as your source. See men as his channel. Are you there? Don't say, I don't need men. You need men. But you need God before you need men. Because God is the source, man is the channel. Somebody says, prophet, talk to me about supernatural supply. What's your concept of supernatural supply? And then my concept to you on supernatural supply is, it depends on what you define supernatural supply as. If you define supernatural supply to mean that God can supernaturally bring supply to you through human means, I agree with you. But if you define supernatural supply that God can use supernatural means consistently on the earth to bring physical supply to you through supernatural means, I disagree with you. The reason is because even when Elijah was in the wilderness and the raving bird was bringing in food, the bird could not bring in food for long. After a while, God said, now go to the land and go and look for a widow, a human being to be feeding you before the famine is over. Let's assume that there's a possibility to say, Father, money fall now, and truly money fall down. I hope you know that you cannot use that as a way of getting money. No, let's assume that it's even possible first. That you just say money fall and 1 million just for boah. You say, hey! I hope you know you cannot wake up tomorrow and say, Father, another 1 million. Because it's not the systems of God. It's one of the many issues we saw over the past couple of years in Africa. Miracle money. Now, not miracle money in the concept that I was not expecting money. God just told somebody to bless me. Miracle money in the concept that somebody say, I just saw 1,000 in my pocket. I just saw 5,000. I just saw 20,000. I just saw 30,000. I just saw 50,000 in my pocket. Look at the cash. Papa, I didn't come to church with this 1,000. I just saw it in my pocket now. We are not trying to say God cannot do all things. But there are some things that you say God has done that students of the Bible will ask you questions. Because as far as we are concerned, God does not print naira in heaven. So, I'm not saying it's not possible. There's nothing God cannot do. But you see, there are certain things that can happen, but will not always happen. Have you read your Bible before? Do you know the story of the Ethiopian eunuch and Philip? You know the story? God said to Philip and said, go and join that chariot. The Ethiopian eunuch was going, and then the Lord said to Philip, go and join him. And Philip joined him, and then he began to preach to the Ethiopian eunuch. Immediately finished preaching to the Ethiopian eunuch, God took him, he disappeared and appeared in Azotus. He didn't trek, he didn't walk, he just disappeared, appeared here. But that was the only time it happened. You see, there, because God will not give you leg If he wants you to be appearing, I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to say, that though God can do it, it's possible, but it's not something that happens every day. So when you see a man that say, I don't walk, anyway I want to go, I appear and disappear, I appear and disappear, I appear and disappear, we should question it. Are you following what I'm trying to say? We should question. You can't even come and say that means he's working with demonic power. No, even demonic power cannot even make it happen. They are extant laws of the spirit realm that cannot be broken even by demonic powers. Are you there? Are you there? So when you hear people say, my spirit left my body and my spirit went somewhere else, say, come. A spiritless body is dead. Once your spirit leave your body, you don't die. Your spirit didn't live anywhere. You only had a vision. I don't want to talk. If I wish I had time. I would have looked for witnesses and throw a challenge and say, I'm looking for witnesses that can come out. Those that are witches, those that are former witches, those that are brothers and sisters to witches, those that are friends that used to be witches. And I would have loved to ask them a very simple question. Because are you trying to say to me that if someone say, I am a witch, that's what the person say, I used to go to Kovu by 2 a.m. every night. Are you trying to say to me that if you enter the person's room where he's sleeping by 2 a.m., you will not see his body? Eh? Are you trying to say that fly, as we say in Africa, is a fly? You mean he flied with that body? That you enter the room and say, hey, I don't see my mama again, no. Then suddenly by 6 o'clock, you just see your mama fly. Come, whew. We believe superstitions. Even the concept of which is going to coven is a form of vision. There are different layers of vision. There is a vision that you become a spectator, and there's a vision you become a participator. That is why you see even Christians say, I had a vision, I went to heaven, and God was showing me so people. So that one you did not spectate, you participated. You were actually having I've had visions where I read books. I open document and I'm looking at. I've had a vision like that. I've had a vision like that before, that I saw a book in the realm of the spirit that carried my name, and I was permitted to open the pages, and I began to see some prophecies about my future. And when I came back from that vision, I remembered everything that I saw. Vision are in different categories. But you see, the concept of saying if they use plantain leaf, they fly. Oh God. So I wish there is a way we can be able to capture this experience. That the woman stood up from her bed by 1 a.m., took plantain leaf, you say she fly from Benin to Italy. They are vision experiences, not literal physical translocation or transportation. I mean, I'm looking for volunteers. If you have them in your area and your family, invite them. I need to talk to them. Those that have traveled by flying physically to Italy, so that they tell us the altitude. Which pathway did they follow? That the person took off from Bioko. I even watched one movie one time. I saw the person sat on top of a broom they used to sweep aside. You see, when men that have not studied the extant laws that governs the supernatural, the spirit realm rather, in respect to the physical realm, they become victims of fables, taboos, superstition, stories, unprovable prepositions. Let me go back. How did I even get here? Let me go back to my message. Are you still with me? I was trying to let you know that even if it's possible for money to fall, it cannot be falling every day for you to be spending. Because that would be breaking of the laws of the spirit. The Lord was teaching me something one time, and he said, do you know that what it means when they say the justice system of God? And I was asking him, I said, what's the justice system of God? He said, the justice system of God means that God is just. And I said, okay. He said, no, you didn't get it. You know the meaning of just? Just means right. Not just to Christians, just to everything that he has created. God is so just that he's even just to Lucifer. That the moment he has said that he has assigned a day for judgment of Lucifer, he will not judge him before that day. And this is why, even if are you aware that in the time of Jesus on the earth, there was a time he wanted to cast out demonic, some set of demonic spirit, and they said to him, they said, have you come to torment us before our time? Our time has not come. If this brother is an unbeliever and you are a Christian, and this brother does not believe in God, you believe in God, there is a way you will do wickedness to him, that though he's an unbeliever, you are a child of God, God will judge you, not him. Even though he's an unbeliever, because he's just. Are you following what I'm trying to say? Hagar was living quietly as a slave in the house of Abraham. It was Sarah that by herself carried the girl and gave her husband. Sleep with her. Let her give birth in my hand. Hagar then married or slept with Abraham and became pregnant. When she became pregnant, she betrayed Sarah. Gave birth to the child. Instead of handing over the child to Sarah, she had right to the child and began to mock Sarah. And take note that Ishmael and Hagar was never in the plan of God, because the prophecy was that it was through the womb of Sarah that the child of promise will come. So another woman has given birth, and Sarah said she's not going to stay in this house. Throw out. And then Abraham is forced to send out the woman and the child with just a bottle of water. Do you know the level of blackmail Sarah blackmailed him? Because the child was his own biological child. And so the woman goes out with the little boy with just a bottle of water. And before they have even gone far in the wilderness, the water was finished. And the mother saw the boy dying in front of him. And he said, I can't watch my son die. So she dropped in and went somewhere else. And all of a sudden, a woman who came in to disrupt the plan of God for the redemption of mankind that's supposed to pass through Isaac, and came in as an interruption, as a manipulation. At that point, that Sarah has so much wronged her by sending her out and leaving that baby to die. God appeared to that woman and said, I've heard the cry of the baby. I'm going to make him great. There is a way you can hate a person that God will bless them to prove you wrong. Not because they are good people. No, not even because God has a plan for them before. But because He's just. Your oppression against them has become too much that God blesses them. That everything Ishmael began to enjoy and Hagar began to enjoy was because God was just looking at the treatment of Sarah. And that's why if your enemy fall and something bad is happening to your enemy and you really wish them bad, don't laugh them. If you love them, God will show them mercy. The moment you are laughing at them, the justness of God will come in and God will restore them. My God, why am I deviating? Let's come back to the message. Are we still together now? The first thing is to see God as your source, a man as your channel. But you see, if you want to continually enjoy favor, you must carry a culture of gratitude. I was speaking to God a few days ago, after all the January program and every other thing and every other. I went to the Lord. I said, Father, I don't know what to say. I don't just know what to. And then I asked the Lord, I said, what do you want me to do for you? And the answer He gave me is very surprising. He said, just be thanking me. It will amaze you to know that the one that men are most ungrateful to is God. If you have ever looked at somebody and say, ungrateful element, God will look at you and just laugh. He say, you never see ungrateful people. Come and ask me. I will show you ungrateful people. Because if two people are in love and one loves the other more than the other loves the other, if I love Ebenezer more than Ebenezer loves me, I'm already in a position to be shortchanged. Have you ever done things for people before and somewhere along the line you just see that they are not doing sufficiently in return? I'm telling you, this is one of the reasons why a lot of friendship break. When you feel cheated, I'm the one putting everything, you are not putting anything. Let's end it. So it's difficult to be a good friend to a giver, because you will keep giving and you'll be struggling to catch up in giving in return. Yeah. When you're a friend with a stingy person, you don't have a problem. Both of you are just stingy to yourself. But when you're a friend with somebody that when you enter a bus, you will say, I will pay for you. You want to buy pure water, I say, take and I will pay. You want to drink with them, I say, take and I will pay. Don't worry, I will pay for two of us. Both of you go to eat something, say, I will pay for you. It becomes difficult to catch up. because they always want to give. And so you may not even have sufficiently to give like the way they give, and so you must cover it up with gratitude. I bring 500,000, you bring 100,000, then put 400,000 gratitude to balance it. Did you hear what I just said? Otherwise, the person after a while will start feeling cheated. So you have to learn to be appreciative. It's something you have to discipline yourself. To God and to those that are channels that God uses in your life. I just want to say thank God for everything God is doing to you. I really appreciate it. You are such a blessing to my life, such a blessing to my family. It doesn't take anything away from you. Let me tell you something that will shock you. The people we are most ungrateful to are the people that do the most for us, because we get used to it. It's easier for me to say thank you to Minister Ebenezer than to say thank you to my wife. If he comes and meets me after service and say, Papa, I bought you a can of milk, and then my wife comes with a can of milk, it's easier for me to say thank you to him than her. I look at this, after all, she's not my wife. Am I not doing it also for her? When you must say, you try. Are you following what I'm trying to say? If you are not very careful, you become ungrateful to those that blesses you most, and you will never know what they are doing until they stop. It's the day they stop you will now realize that I never knew this person was this useful in my life. Father, I thank you. You keep hearing that in the mouth of Jesus. Even though he's God, he kept thanking God. Can I give you a counsel? Spend more time thanking the Lord. You won't see the way of escape until you start thanking him. When you are in a difficult situation, once you start thanking him, your eyes will be open to see what to do. So make it a part of your life to be someone that is appreciative. As a matter of fact, at the end of this message, you should be able to walk up to me and say, my man of God, my prophet, my papa, thank you, sir. Because whether you like it or not, what I'm giving you is value. Eh? You know, many times people do not look at it from that perspective. That what I'm giving you is value. Money is just one of the many currencies. There are different currencies. Knowledge is a currency, just as money is currency. As a matter of fact, knowledge will take you to where money cannot take you to. Knowledge can buy things for you as well. Let me give you a secret. You see this wisdom here. Wisdom is needed to preserve favor. I wish I had time. Maybe when I have time, I will discuss some things with you. But let me just give you an advice. When you find channels of God's blessing to your life, whether they are blessing you financially, blessing you spiritually, blessing you any other way, you just look at this one is someone that the Lord has touched his heart. You should also ask God for wisdom to preserve the relationship. Don't carry this market woman African mentality of get away. you know that's how people are. Get away. Are you my God? The person that pay your child school fees is the person you are talking to like this now. Are you my God? There are people that have really helped in this life and they have really backstabbed me. And when they talk about them, I'll just say to the people, I'll say, you see that person, say yes. It's going to be hard for that person to receive help in this life. And I say, why do you say that, sir? I said the reason is because there is a way you see people respond to help. You just know that they cannot keep helpers. You just know this one cannot keep helpers. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard. You should pray to God for wisdom. They go wrong. Not to see everything the way you take income. See, I go just tell you my mind now. See that your mind swallow. You see that your mind, you say you want to say now. The person that God has stretched. If this was a movie theater, when I say what I want to say now, they will hit this thing. Bakam to say, don't forget. And I want to say it now. There is no helper without a weakness. Bagam. Every helper has a weakness. Your problem is not, you see, instead of receiving the help, you are looking at their weakness. Say, the woman not sabi talk. Now sabi talk, now God bring a come enter your life for. God brought the woman to open a door for you for your next level. You are looking at the way she talks. That's why I say you should pray for wisdom, so that you can know the way you deal with different people. You see that? For example, in this ministry, for example, I don't talk to everybody the same way. There are people that I can laugh with. I can call them, I will sit down and be talking and be like, I can even yap them through jokes and be. But there are some that when I say that, say, God bless you. How is everything? God bless you, sir. God bless you, madam. How is it? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. The reason is because I have studied them by wisdom to know that that is the only level of relationship I can have with them for them to remain in this church.